Hello everyone, Lisa here, Interdimensional 5D. Spirit tells me some of you out there have seen the unfathomable story and have seen the videos. And Spirit tells me this disturbs some of you now. So they want me to put the wig on. The purpose for the wig. And do I have it on correctly? I hate this thing. I love this thing and I hate it. Wait a minute. I think I might have it on backwards. You know, there's people who get on YouTube, put their makeup on and shit, and you people watch that stuff. I think that's hilarious. I don't watch it. I'd rather watch Al Blades mow the yards. I think that guy's cool. I haven't watched him in a while. It's very relaxing to watch somebody else mow yards, especially when they're like overgrown and stuff, and then you see the big difference. Anyway. If you go to sleep at night and you wake up and you feel like you've done something, more than likely you have. We consider that you're working for the army of the Lord or you're working for the army of the bad guys. Either way, I'm talking to you. These theorems are based on Dolores Cannon's work, reading the Bible, and my own personal experiences, which were amazing. My experiences are amazing. And some of my experiences are being withheld. This particular video is going to be a little bit about the unfathomable story, which is a complete dichotomy. This word comes up every day for me when I pull cards in the morning. And we're also going to talk about remote viewing, because some of you are really stupid out there. Sorry, I have to say it. I don't mean to be mean. Consider me, Miss Lisa, tough love. Okay? And at the end, I'm going to talk to some young people about tough love. Okay? Because I saw some guys last night, young guys. You're in the same position I was in when I was a kid. And I'm going to address that for a minute. Maybe help you. I don't know. Because what Spirit tells me, and remember this as you go through life, your words are death or life. Your words create your future. They use words as magical spells. There's this idiot, I call her Sapphire Hangington. Always a C. And she can open a way in a C into your world. And I say close C, reverse C, dispel C. And this word thing goes on all the time. So your words are magic. When you go to work and you say, oh gee, I'm tired, you're going to be tired. Okay? Your words create your every minute, your every day, your every now. And it's hard. It's hard to keep those words in check. Okay? Now, on to remote viewing. Oh, no, they want me to give a specific message to a specific individual at the outset of this video because it involves the unfathomable story. I want you to think about a woman dismembered and then many men sexually thrusting themselves into a woman without an arm and a leg. Some people were compulsed to take part in that action. And then that woman did not die. And her parts were put back together. And there's another man who I've named has images of the angels surrounding this woman. Now, Governor Ashcroft, my brother, worked for you. And I've been told you're going to speak on his behalf and say something that stirs a whole pot of shit up. The trust is mine, Lisa fucking Piscini. All right? I wasn't given a middle name. I took a middle name when I found out I didn't have one, and I gave myself the name of Avery. So my daughter and I share a name. Because when Bob Hoyes and I divorced, I left that frickin' name. Now the trust is mine. It always has been. And King Stephen will be brutally harmed if he interjects, and I'm talking to King Stephen of Spain, in any way to keep Lisa Pacini from getting her trust. I know who all of you are. Ocean showed me last night what was done to me, or to that person that you're trying to say is Jesus. No, not Jesus. Related, because the DNA effing matches. Just know King Stephen, Uncle Chuckie, Governor Ashcroft, and any of you small peons who grovel to these people are suppressing the work of God. Know this to be true. The story is unfathomable. And Sergeant Michael of the Shoelaces knows this to be true. So before you go to court and spin some fucking yarn, I suggest telling the truth. Otherwise, at the end of the day, Archangel Michael and God himself will have their way with you. Now, to my deities and entities, Ocean had the nerve to show the truth. When you have operatives down here on the planet, communication in all aspects, whether it's good or bad, needs to be shared. And this goes to any of you who work for the Army of the Lord. Words are death or life. Lack of words is also death or life. Truth should always be shared, because it's about a bigger effing picture than any of you can comprehend as an asteroid hurtles to the planet. Now, to some of you effing anacronyms, I have some educational material for you about, this makes me so angry, about remote viewing. And for any of you who work at night, and it doesn't have to happen just at night. When you close your eyes, if you see something that looks like this, you are being remote viewed. Okay? And they come in all different shapes, colors, and sizes. Now, this is a woman who listens in to me. How do I know that? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. And this woman was compulsed to call me a guinea. A professional anacronym who gets effing paid, but missed the fact that something was put on the shoe of somebody she was supposed to be protecting. And I, a million miles away, saw it. But this woman was compulsed to be asleep and to not see the obvious. Now, I'm going to explain to you how that happens. As best as I could, Spirit and I sat down together this morning and we went over remote viewing. Miss Lisa's angry and it's almost over. And when I tell this effing story, I probably will be one of the richest women in the world. And some people I will make genuflect to me just because of what's been done. Remote viewing is an energy exchange. Remote viewing. You look in, I look in too. You look in, I look in too. As you peer into someone's life, know that an adept can look right back. An attack, sneak, or just be, and look right back into your effing life, Ashley. Even if you are peering into an unawakened individual, your personal energy mixture or signature is left behind as an indelible mark upon your existence. We're dealing with universal law. Universal law! And the minute a person awakens, they will know they've been touched and viewed by you. They will remember your aura, which equals your energy signature, your countenance, your environment, even your fucking parakeet. And they'll remember whether the exchange was positive or negative. It is called passive receptivity. And everybody on the planet has this. Spirit says there are NPCs. Exactly how they operate, I am not aware of. So if you know you are remote viewed, you are not an NPC. You're more than just a body filling up space. They do have a purpose, but I didn't ask that. I'm not there yet with that. I don't really effing care right now. After awakening, it is no longer passive receptivity. It's not passive because you become aware. Once you are aware, you can close portals and do things to those who view you. Know this to be true. You can view into their world and either bless them or cause chaos and destruction. You can damage property, do physical harm, and really you're only limited by your imagination. As Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge, you stupid scientist freaks. When they scry, they're using a reflective object. A shiny object, water in a bowl, a mirror, a shiny piece of metal, a shiny polished stone, and even a body of water, if it's still, can be used for scrying. They will come in sideways or upside down. When you see them come in sideways, like this one over here, on this side here, or upside down, they're scrying. When they come in straight up, they're sitting on their couch remote viewing you. If it isn't a friendly, you can go through and break their mirror, break their phone, break their bowl, and break every frickin' glass object in the house. That's what I tend to do. And if they're doing it at a body of water, you can disturb their focus, okay? Now, if you do this professionally, you should have an authority over you that protects you, like a priest, but not any priest you know of. There's not any priest on the effing planet that can protect you the way some can, that are not allowed to be. My suggestion is you practice 3 days on and 3 days off, and then you rotate clients you're viewing. 3 days on, 3 days off, and you should rotate participants rather than have the same person watching a set individual. As I could probably tell you more about Ashley than she can tell you about me. Because I've been trained to observe. When you put someone on an individual, if you know that person is a moral person, then you're fine. Criminals are a different breed. They store, siphon a lot of personal information before they'll attack you. Your clothes, your food, what you like, what you don't like, your car, your route, your habits. Once they got you, that you can be set up. You could be set up in the physical world, and you could be set up psychically. You become an easy target, okay? You're an easy hack. They can hack your passwords, your schedule, your sex life, your kids. Your entire life is exposed when you observe the same criminal day in and day out without taking that break. And if you do 3 days on and then rotate, if you have a large group of psychics, then you can compare notes on subjects, because Billy is going to see different things than Ashley. He's going to remember different stuff. And Morris might know different stuff than Billy. But when the time you get the whole pool on this one person and you share notes and communicate and use words properly, you're going to get a bigger picture. And you're going to see that criminal much better, and you're going to find out information more easily. Trust me, you'll garner more info as each of us will notice and respond to different things and give a broader perspective of what you're looking at. When you remote view certain people, they can put your mind to sleep. Ashley's mind was put to sleep as a very famous person that she was with, that she got enamored with because he's so handsome. Men should be with men, women should be with women. It's stupid to put Ashley with Ben. And then he had something put on his shoe, and I, from a million miles away, had to say, doorbell to Benedict, hey, blah, 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 blah. Problem solved. And I don't get paid. You pay fucking stupid Ashley with her parakeet and her infatuation, but you won't pay me. It's starting to piss me off. They can put your mind to sleep and they can compulse you, okay? So, she's watching me, they're watching me, her watch me. And so through me to her, because the connection never ends, she's fucked. And she fucked herself. She was compulsed to call me a guinea. and put to sleep to not see what was done to a man's shoe. The links get more intense the longer you keep connected. Now, on those 3 days off, you can write your reports, do your other busy work, or look at another subject. But you should cleanse, 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 and cleanse. The big deal about the remote viewing is the energy exchange. You know them, they know you. Okay? No secrets. You can think it's a secret, but it's not. Everything's viewed, monitored, recorded, and watched. A lot of these people out here doing criminal activities in 5D space are versatile illusionists. And most of them come from the art field, the industry of making movies. They can emulate anyone out there. They can throw their voices so you think you're hearing so-and-so, but you're not. They can project the image of so-and-so so you think you're actually viewing so-and-so, but you're not. You're on to a whole different party. That's why you need the break, and that's why you need to rotate. Breaking and rotate disables them from attaching to you in the first place. And that's wherein we have to pay attention to attachments. Now, when you do this professionally, if you got pets, your pets are a big asset to you because they are connected. I can't even begin to express to you how I've been watched over and protected by the dogs. Now, there's a man, a past life man I knew. I call him the McGregor. And my son-in-law's dog actually is the McGregor's dog from many, many years ago. And that guy gets in that dog and he fucks with me because the dog is so freaking ugly. And then she goes and gets right in my face. And it's like, oh, please go away. I can't stand dog love in some ways. I mean, it's wonderful. But what I'm saying is pets are used as monitoring spirits. So if your pet starts acting weird, somebody's in your pet watching you, especially if you're in an acronym. Pay attention to your fucking pets. So if your parakeet starts biting you, it's because the enemy's in there. Okay? Now, I know nobody wants to hear this, but THC and CBD do help. They help with healing because we do get beaten up in battle sometimes. And when you can relax down, it helps. It helps alleviate the spiritual attackiness of it. I don't know how to explain it, but that. Talk about cleansing. I personally think the best way to cleanse, if you live near the ocean, is to go to the shore and dip all the way in. Okay? And cleanse, ask ocean to take your stuff from you. I speak to the ocean as if it's a person. Because to me, it is. And she talks back to me. She showed me some things last night that they were repressing from me because they thought I couldn't handle. And it is very distressing. I can't wait for this to be over so I can tell you the story. So cleanse. I use the ocean. If you can't get there, a river will do. A pond, a lake, your swimming pool, your bathtub. Epsom salts, Himalayan salt, iodized salt. The Epsom salts is the real cleansing part of it. A little bit of borax. I will make a tea of hibiscus and jasmine and lavender and chamomile, mint, and then make the tea and strain it and get in, and you could put essential oil. Now here's the deal. Do not sit in that bathtub for 15 or 20 minutes. 6 minutes tops. Because you want to pull off the crap and have it go down the drain. When you sit in it for a very long time, it's coming off, but it's also, some of it's going to stick back on. Okay? Now, when you go to the ocean, you could stay in the ocean the whole day. She's going to wash everything away. That's salt water. That's holy water. That's real holy water. And when you think about all the pollution that's going on in the world, that's a sin. Anyway, cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. I don't use sage. If I feel like I'm getting sick, I will breathe in the sage smoke because it does kill bacteria on your skin and in your lungs and all that. Okay? I use sage mostly for my cards. Incense, sage. Sound can cleanse as well, but it's not like the water. Okay, and if you use tools like I do, the pendulum, and I forget to do this sometimes, dip them in running water. But I will take these guys to the ocean occasionally and cleanse them. Okay, make sure your tools are cleansed. When you acronyms go back after 3 days, make sure you're on a different subject. You have to keep that rotation going, or they'll latch on to you, just like I did with Ashley. Now, I could go in and crush this girl if I wanted to, but what would be the purpose? I think she's already embarrassed. Anyway, that's my spiel on remote viewing. Be advised, they look in, you can look out. They affect you in, you can affect out. You have that power. And to anybody who actually has remembered the Thoth dream that your heart has been weighed, you have the right to call judgment on people. They don't tell you that. But you've been empowered. Okay? You're a super soldier. And you've been empowered. And there's more than one on the planet. Know this to be true. Now, is there any other statements you want me to say? And when I talk about pets, that includes horses. When you talk to the dogs, if they feel like, or if the dog sees stuff, they'll go and send the message out to the horses. And the horses are around the world. There's that guy, John Scalzi, writes this story about a corporation that's breeding intelligent cats. She's not too far from the truth. God breeds these, and trust me, they know stuff. They are a secret service in and of themselves, is if your pets, if you pay attention to them. And you're at this level of elevation, your pets play a big part in your spiritual world, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. Now, some divine masculines got very lucky. There was a ritual done, and somebody actually said Psalm 91 right at the right time, and what the ritual was supposed to have done didn't get done. So yay! Yay to those of us who say prayers. Yeah? Yeah. So, and then what I'm saying to you about remote viewing, how would I know that Sergeant Michael of the Shoelaces, is what I call him, wears these shoes? Except that I saw them. Now, there's a certain person who can control his effing shoelaces, and he has a hard time. He's got to wear slip-ons now because somebody undoes his shoelaces because he's just been looking in too long. All right, so rotate your views. Remember, your words can create your future. Now, to the young men I saw, blood is thicker than water. they say. And I'm going to say, thick holds you down sometimes. Remember that. The family you're born into is not always the family who's family. Okay? And that's a harsh reality, especially when you're very verbally abused, left alone to your own devices a lot, and you don't really get challenged or constructive help as a young person. You have no actual adult to help guide you, and you're doing it all on your own. Be mindful of what you take in on the TV, okay? Because TV's not real. Please know that. And the TV fills your mind with fear. Now, if you're listening to me, you're a powerful person. Know this to be true. My suggestion to you is to go inward. Get you a sketchbook, because if you're listening to me, you're an artist, and you're probably one of the best kind. Believe in yourself, okay? You're going to become an empath when you take on mom and dad's responsibilities, or you hide yourself because you're tired of being yelled at, manipulated. Maybe you're beaten. Maybe you're not fed. Maybe you're not allowed to be with your friends, and you're treated very unfairly. Go in. You're going to be an empath. You probably already sense when the turbulence is coming. Use that to your advantage. Yes, hide. You'll be called a hermit, lone wolf, and all that kind of stuff. But believe in yourself. And when you do find a friend, test it. I gave my love just for the stupidest things because I got no love. So I gave love away. But have self-respect before you just give love and give it away. Because love is an energy exchange. And the one thing that I didn't learn when I was left to my own devices very often was to love myself. Matter of fact, people have been trying to program me to shut up. I'm stupid. I'm ugly. My mother used to say I was ugliest child. And then people from witchcraft covens tried to make that true. You're not ugly. You are loved. Turn inward. You're never alone. I saw you. And my angels are there. You have angels too. One of you, young man with black hair, Raphael, is one of your angels. All right? Go inward. Get a sketchbook. Start writing stories. Start drawing pictures. Stuff is going to pour out, okay? And then you're ahead of the game. You haven't even gone through high school yet. You'll be ahead of the game when you get out there. I got all this fresh material. Look at that. And don't share it with everybody. Don't share with everybody. Nobody ever told me these things, so I'm telling it to you guys. You're important to me. You who are left alone or treated like a piece of trash, you're important to me. And I see you. I see you at night. I know what that feels like. I know it very, very well. And if you ever need support, just call out my name. I'll hear you. I hear people. Okay? You're not alone. You might feel alone. And call out for help because you just don't know who might answer. It's pretty effing amazing. Okay? Protect yourself. Know you have an energy field. You can turn it on. And you turn it on If your parents bicker or they start yelling at you for no reason, don't give any sass. There's a blessing. Honor your mother and father, and your days will be long on earth. Comes with a blessing, as tough it is. Okay? Well, anyway, that's all I have to say. Peace out, everybody. Remember, I think you're amazing, and I absolutely do love you.